technology for? To create product, build community, motivate student learning. The students think that the work is important because it's being publicized. They work harder on it because they know that everyone's going to see it. The parents, why did the parents go and look at student learning? Not just events, not just their kids on the team, but kids working in projects that are not finished. Why would they do that? Because they're interested in what's happening in your classroom. But they're only interested if you post the students working. They won't be interested if you're posting pictures of hands. We also use the idea that working and learning is hard. Alex spoke to that today. It's very hard to learn. So we need to celebrate that process. If you're not celebrating the learning process and you're just celebrating the finished product, what are we saying to students? What are we saying about the importance of grit, perseverance? We also use this idea of the growth mindset, which is the research of Carol Dweck and Joe Bowler, in order to promote assessment for and as learning. So when we teach students to give feedback to each other, we teach them to use the language of a growth mindset. So you'll see pictures of students giving descriptive feedback to each other. And that descriptive feedback is purposeful. It's not, it was at first. You'll see some of my first store replies was, good job, good work, way to go. Now it's, I didn't think about doing it that way. Can you show me another way of solving that problem? Teach them that learning's a process. It's not just about the right answer. Love this. This was tweeted out by Alex's brother, George. What do we want kids to use technology for? Again, is it just about doing a presentation? Is it just about the finished product? Is it to connect students to the real world? To raise awareness? What is it for? Because if they just think it's about the final product, then that's kind of like recopying the essay, isn't it? Not necessarily as useful as we'd like it to be. So we try very hard to use technology to make it about the learning process, to engage students and parents in learning. I love this tweet, and I hope it's nobody's in this room. Because this is an example of the kinds of tweets that many teachers and administrators will do. Why? Because they're very worried about posting students in the classroom. Now, if you were a parent of this particular student, would you go online to see this? Anybody? No, my parents would not go online to see this. I would not go online to see this. But what do parents want to see? They want to see their kids. They want to see pictures of their kids. That's why they all show up to the Christmas concert. That's why they show up to see the project. They want to see their students and hear about their learning. So we post students. Students' faces, students talking, students blogging. Everybody in our school has a media release form filled out. Every single person. And I can go into how I did that. How they did that. I didn't do that. How they did that. But basically it's important enough to post it. It's important enough to get parents to go on and look at it. And how do you do that? By posting students at work. Posting students talking. They want, parents want to see their students learning. They want to be engaged in their students learning. You have to invite them in. Growth mindset is so important. We teach not only the students about the growth mindset, but the parents. So if you go online and you're following Twitter, a lot of the tweets that are coming out are from our parents and our parent council. And we're not from a rich community. We're from a downtown Toronto core community. And our socioeconomic background is not privileged. So we have to explicitly teach the language that is appropriate for commenting on student work. We're bringing it into the public sphere. So we have to show people how to comment on it, react to it, etc.